Alrighty, we are live and ready to go racing here at Myrtle Beach for round number 5 of the Late Model Stock League. And tonight, 150 laps, one set of tires, one fast repair, but 150 laps will have a halfway break there at 75. These drivers know this track, and we'll take a lap or two while these drivers set up qualifying. One of my first laps, and actually ended up running a 6.7, so shout out to my buddy Doug. But on the nose here, take a look at it, a lap around this Myrtle Beach Speedway. Hard on the chip all the way into turn number 1. Get through 1 and 2, all over the curb. Got to be careful with those turtles. You'll see it. You hit it, it's pretty violent once you get down there, so just got to be careful with that. See how much wheel movement. Put that left front all over the edge, and here's the fast lap. Here's that 0.67 that I ended up having in practice. Hard on the trip, driving into the corner. Left front just on that bottom lane. How low do you dare to go? Into 3 and 4, right against that wall. And all the way out to the stripe. You go. So a long ways to that point. But a wild ride there around this track. This track's fun. It races pretty good. I love this track, but you can see how tricky it is by the wheel movement and things like that. So got to be careful with those tires on that bottom lane. That's one thing to look out here on these restarts, is people behind everybody not being able to see those tires and the turtles, and that could definitely cost you. So these guys know it, but excited for 150 laps tonight for it. Top of the board currently is Monty with a 1.96. Good lap for Monty. He gets the pole at the moment. Still got half the field needing to qualify, but good lap by him to be top of the board at the moment. See if anybody's got a challenge for him. You have to take a look and see. See if half the field needs to qualify. I see Jacob down there. Austin hasn't qualified. Jason Spear, Mike Presley. I know that they're all fast. They could possibly steal this one from Monty. And Jacob will. He goes top of the board. He's going to push Monty down. Good lap there for Jacob. Spotted for him in a Southern National race yesterday, I believe. And ended up winning that. So a little bit of practice for this one. But he runs a 150. Great lap by Jacob. That's a fast lap. You run about a 1 or a 2. You see how close the field is, especially at the end of practice. 1-2 was top of the board all the way down to about, just under a 4. I know a lot of the guys, Daniel, he didn't get much practice. Chase, I don't believe, did. But great qualifying so far for the field. You see how close it is on the times. 1-1, 2-2-2, bunch of 2s, few 3s in there, 4 5. So a lot can happen here. And we got 20 seconds remaining for these cars on the grid and ready to roll off. Take a quick peek at it here. You see 25 incident count. DQ limit, 1 fast repair, 1 set of tires in the pits. So they can play some strategy with it. Come down pit road a little bit early. Get some tires, try to get that track position when everybody pits, or come down late after stay out a little bit, or possibly don't take tires at the halfway, then take them later on. I don't know. We will see. That's going to be a doozy to see what the differing strategies are here. But Jacob Smith ends up getting the pole. He runs a 150 top of the board time. So a great lap there by Jacob. He's been getting faster and faster every time he races, and excited to see what he can do. Try to get his first win. Monty Tipton. He ended up qualifying P2, so a few young guys there are going to be starting at the front of the field. Brian Helm third, Matt Frady fourth. 2 guys who are insanely quick. They're in the truck league, and Matt with the most wins in the truck league doesn't have a win in the late model league. So a short track guy, shocked he doesn't have a league, but just doesn't have that in at the moment. So he's looking for his first win. Same thing as Brian. He's looking for his first win. But a lot can happen tonight here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Quick rundown of the field before we jump into this deal. So it's going to be Matt Frady and Brian Helm in row number 2. Row number 3, Chad Adams and Mason Cassidy. Qualified 6th in the 171. Mason just joined before this race. This is his first race with us. Excited to see what he can do there. Row number 4 is Aaron McMorrin in the 23, last week's winner. And Austin Albritton won the season opener there at Irwindale Speedway. They're both looking for their second win of the season. Row number 5, 9th, Vinny Rucci and Daniel Glass. So 2 teammates there. 3 VMR cars all right next to each other. That's going to be fun to watch them try to work their way through the field. 11th and 12th, Colton Manich and Clayton A. Johnson. So they're going to be row 6 to two buddies, I believe, that they are in the same. No, Colton is not, but behind is Chase Hansen, his first race. He's a D-class, a little bit lesser I-rated driver, but still looking to make something happen. He's in that 25, and to his outside an R person in the 84. Another VMR driver, the 70, Justin, and Johnny Thunders right next to each other. So the 70 and 60 next to each other. Corey Bragg, Jason Spear. Chris Pilo, not a great qualifying, or didn't qualify, I believe, so he's going to be starting deep in the field. And Court Hansen to round it off, but we're ready for 150 laps tonight around Myrtle Beach Speedway. This track can be treacherous, and you have to be careful with it. You see the restart zone there. After that line, they can go wherever. We're set and ready to go racing here for 150 laps. Halfway break at 75. Pace car lights are out. He's going to come down pit road this time. It's Jacob Smith and Monty Tipton on the front row. Going to be leading them to the green. Watching Jacob as he slow rolls into the restart zone. See the field anticipating the launch. Jacob fires. We're green. Already contact made there on the restart. Car's already tight, but off of turn 2. Jacob Smith to the lead by a few car lengths. Now the battle's for second. That's Brian Helm on the inside. Monty Tipton on the outside. They're going to clear. Now it's going to be battle for fourth between Chad Adams and Matt Frady. You'll see how this track races when we get running in single file out. We'll see how aggressive everybody gets with the bumpers and passing and things like that, but it's going to be hard. These guys know it's pretty one lane. On that bottom lane, you see kind of like that Five Flags line. Keep the left front all over that wall, and a challenge for the lead already heading into turn number 1. Monty all over the back of the 11. Trying to work him over. Has a run down the back straightaway. Just going to look, give him a little bumper into the corner. Show him he's interested in taking that position away. He's going to look to the inside on the exit of 4. Still over the back bumper of him. Trying to work him. Be nice and easy with it. Make sure he doesn't make contact with it, though. He all over the back bumper. Hear how much on the chip they are. Jacob's going to wash up just a little bit in the center. That's going to allow Monty to look to the inside. Not going to have a big enough run, though. See the whole field looking like they're able to get single file out now. But you see how hard Jacob's driving it into the corner to stay in front of Monty and all over that chip. Listen. For a good second and a half, he's all over that chip, but he keeps washing up just on the exit of the corner. A little bit of contact. Monty's going to pick up the back tires of the 11. Still all over the back bumper of him. Hasn't made a move yet. Not trying to be too aggressive this early. One guy who's looking for a spot to gain, Matt Frady there on the inside line underneath Brian Helm. 2 guys that go at it in the truck league. Now we got 2 side-by-side battles off the exit of turn 4. Brian's in the wall in front of the field. That's going to hurt him. Right front damage. That's going to lose a lot of momentum. Now the 23 is going to come up into him. Everybody's going to try to catch up. Little bit of contact. More cars involved. Late in it. Major contact here on lap 7. And the first caution of the night's going to wave. entering turn 1 on lap 7. Let's go back and take a look at it here. See what happens. So we saw it all kind of happen with that Brian getting in the wall. Then just Aaron misjudged it possibly, trying to make sure not to run into Chad, and nowhere for that's Mason Cassidy just behind him, got in the brakes. Not much that he can do. Vinny couldn't slow down in time. And then Austin able to get by. Austin Albritton a few out back, just not able to slow down in time. You see Colin in the 22. He gets to the bottom lane. Then a few guys just not going to check up deep in the field. Let's see, who was that? That was Corey Bragg. And the 72, that was Court. Just didn't check up, hit Corey into that wall hard after the fact. But a lot of drivers able to try to make it through, but big problems. The big one strikes early, entering the corner, and a few contact cars were involved, but was able to keep going. Now you're going to have one car coming out pit road. I believe that's Spear in the back. Now they're all trying to get situated, get back running, but a wild first 7 laps under green. Great little short run there. I think everybody's trying to feel out the speed, how quick they are compared to everybody else, but so far, good racing. So Jacob still on the front row and in the lead. He's looking to make something happen. But man, what a restart. What a start of the race. A lot of beating and banging, a lot going on, but I mean, it's crazy to think how much it was at the start, but now we're going to double up and we're going to do it once again. So restart, going to get back going. Should be 1 to go next time at the line. Drivers getting lined back up. Alrighty, back at it for the restart. Same front row as the initial start. Jacob and Monty, the leaders. Here we go. Jacob in the 11 on the inside, Monty in the 14 on the outside. Restart zone there. Jacob fires, back green. Better restart there for Jacob. He's going to get clear. Monty's going to get clear. Matt's going to be clear on Chad. Top 4 are going to single file out. Now Monty with a run down the back straightaway. He's going to go to the inside. Jacob looks like he's going to try to cross over, maybe down the front straightaway. Does he have a big enough run? Monty to the lead on lap 14 for the number 14 driver. A little bit further back in the field now. Austin Albritton looking for a move. He's trying to get underneath Vinny Rucci. They made contact last week at 5 flags, but see how fast Austin qualified 8th this race. And we know how fast he is every race, just not got the practice time in. A lot of the guys joined a little bit late, but now a lot can go down as now Jacob's kind of falling into the clinches of Matt, and Monty looks like he's just pulling away. Monty setting really good lap times now with Jacob. Major pressure by the 40. See Brian Helm looking to the inside of Chad Adams into turn 1. They're trying to make something happen. Brian going to try to clear on the exit. He will, just in front of Chad. So Brian's going to take over that 4th spot. Great battling so far. It's hard to set up a pass here, but it's satisfying once you do. This track is a lot of fun to race and set up passes, and we're seeing it here. Monty pulling away. He's got early run speed. We'll see if those tires last for him. Only one set of tires in the pits for these guys, so until lap 75, that's when you're guaranteed to have the yellow, that halfway break. But other than that, that's the only lap that you're going to have it. So these guys know how valuable it is. We learned a lot from Irwindale Speedway, Kel McClinney, who is not here tonight, but he had a great run going, burned off his tires in that second long run, and Kyle Keller just was able to pull away and almost ended up winning that one after a green light checkered. It all kind of went down, but now starting to see Monty, I believe, back it down just a little bit on the field. See what's going on here. Monty, 0.5 of a second in front of Jacob that time at the line. See a lot of it just spreading out. Not too much going on with it yet. Still a long ways to go, and I think these drivers know it, but still on the exit of 4. Side-by-side battle. That's Chad Adams and Austin Albritton as Daniel Glass gets in the wall in the number 26 just behind him. So he gets in the wall. Now the 70, Justin trying to set up that pass. But our person in that 8, the Bass Pro Shop number 8, but you see the field all getting a little bit tight on the exit of the corner. You see how much the runs are changing, how different the lines are entering the corners. Ryan Helm in the 026 there, just left of your screen. The dark blue scheme. He's entering a turn 1 a lot shallower than a lot of the field. This is a really good angle to see the angles and where everybody's rotating and turning and what's the differing lines into turn 1 right here. See Brian entering pretty shallow. Chad enters really shallow that time compared to Austin Albritton. A lot of differing lanes here. It's a one groove track there on the bottom, but how you get to the bottom, everybody's running a different lane. Nobody's been matching. But now at the front, Matt's trying to set up a run. Can he get around Jacob Smith? One of the newest drivers in the field to iRacing. Jacob Smith are back to iRacing. Last few weeks, been having great early run speed and qualifying speed. Just hasn't had the luck last week, which was his first race, but he's doing a great job here in second. Matt Frady still looking for his first win. Arguably the best driver in the league that runs the races and things like that. So he's always up front in every race. It could be a super speedway, short track, whatever, and in the hunt for that championship in the truck league. But he's running third. He's still looking for his first win in the late models this season. Vinny Rucci as well, looking for that win. Teammate won it last week, Aaron McMorrin, but trying to get around Brian for the 4th spot. See how treacherous it is getting through these corners and how differing it is. Let's take a ride on board with Austin Albritton as he's riding behind the 911, Vinny Rucci. See how high he is compared to Vinny on the center of the corner. Vinny a little bit lower, gains a little bit in the center, but Austin trying to roll it back on the exit. Now all the way down the track. Brian up the track just a little bit. That's going to let Vinny get a run on him. You see how many differing lanes are to set up a pass. See Jacob in front, enter a little bit shallow, so Matt can't dive it to the inside. Brian doing the same thing as well in front of Vinny, but I think that's why he's getting tight. You see it on exit, starting to get tight on him. Could be the reason why he's burning up that right front tire. It could come into play. Now he's going to look to block the inside. Vinny's going to look. He's going to poke the nose in there into turn number 1. Watching the battle for the 4th spot just in front of Austin. Austin's got the best view of it. That's why we're right on board with him. Brian getting tight on the exit of turn 4. Got to be careful with that. That wall comes out quick. Vinny's got a nose heading in turn 1. Now Austin's going to try to poke the nose. Can he keep him on the outside? Vinny clear on Brian. Now a little bit of crossover. Brian clear on Austin. Austin backed out of it. Great racing. Therefore, that's 4th through 8th. Chad Adams there in the 7th spot. So 7th. So 4 through 7. 4 cars underneath the blanket there. Brian was able to clear barely in front of Austin. Glad that we got that on camera. That was pretty cool. So now Austin's going to try to roll back to him. Can he get to him? And how does he try to set up a pass? Good battle so far throughout the field. Closing in on the lead is Jacob Smith trying to catch Monty Tipton at the front of the field. Let's take a look at last laps. Jacob's last lap, a 4.5. Monty's a 3.9. So slowly working on him. Just hasn't found the speed yet. We'll see what he's able to do. Matt as well. He ran a 4.66. So right on that time at the line. Matt, a 4.4. Jacob, 3.87. Monty, 4.40. So Jacob that lap catching. Still 0.5 of a second now. Matt on the back bumper of Jacob. But they're in the same chat together. They could be working together. The top three in the same chat together. That's Jacob, Matt, and Monty. So they're all in a chat together. And I mean, they're looking good. So that top three, all in the KFM chat, they're looking good. Now Austin Albritton trying to work over the 911 and 026. Now Austin's going to have a run on the exit of 4. He's going to peek to the inside, try to follow what Vinny did. To the inside line, Austin Albritton on the bottom. Brian Helm on the top. Side by side, wheel to wheel. It's the exit turn 4 at the stripe. At the line, it was still Brian by a nose. On the exit of 4, on the exit of 2, Austin's going to be clear entering 3. And Austin's going to finally take that spot away. She'll be clear here on the exit of 4, and he will. So good job there. I believe one in pit road that time. Not for sure who that was. Could be last week's winner in the 23. It is. He's on pit road. Unfortunately, Aaron McMorrin down in P20. He's on pit road. Not the start that he wanted to have happen. Unfortunately, down pit road. Got to go a few laps down here. A little bit further back, the battle's going on. Two teammates. Daniel Glass and Justin, those two looking good. And just behind them, Bernard Person, part of Spear Motorsports. They're all running good. I mean, the full field, the top 10, Justin is about just under 5 seconds, 4 seconds from your leader. I mean, Myrtle Beach putting on a show, and I think we're starting to see Jacob Smith close in on that 14 machine. We learned a little bit earlier in the season how much tires may come into play, and we still got just over 30 laps to go till that halfway point. But it looks like it's a possibility if Monty has burned up his stuff. Falling back to Jacob, or could just be trying to save a little bit now, try to stay in front of him, but back off and let Jacob catch and save the tires while he got that advantage out front. But one on the apron, I believe that was 17. He's trying to get running, hopefully able to stay out of the way. But problems there for the 17 trying to leave pit road. Two buddies, two Vegas drivers, Vinny Rucci and Matt Frady going at it here. That's for the third spot. Now Austin Albritton just behind Vinny. He's looking to make up some time. Austin always ends up joining late. Now Vinny's going to look to the inside on Matt. Matt's still going to be clear in the center. Go ahead and zoom out here and take a look at the field. So you see the leaders. Matt with a pretty sizable gap. Now Austin Albritton to the inside of Vinny. Will it be clear in the center? No, it won't. Contact made. The 2 hard in the outside wall. Problems in turn number 1. The 2 and 911 make contact, and that's the second caution of the night on lap 45. Take a look at it here. Going to go really slow. First angle, just outside of the track in turn 2. Looks like just a little bit of contact and ends up hooking the 2 hard in the outside wall. Left side damage. Shouldn't hurt it too bad. These things are pretty tanky, but just contact. Possibly Vinny trying to cross over, and they just made contact, and that's what ended up happening there. Take a look at it from the top of the 40. See Vinny back off a little bit on entry. Austin just up the track a little bit. As soon as they made contact, it hooked, and you don't see that very often in a lot of the cars in iRacing, but in these, it's pretty, as soon as you make contact with the right rear, it seems to hook really easy. So don't think that was intentional, but just contact and one into the wall hard on turn one. But the battle for the lead was starting to heat up there just at the end of that. One to pit road. That's Brian Helm. He's on the entry to pit road, so he pitted that time. Anybody else? Any more? The 23 going to get his way. Aaron McMorrin, a few more. Spear. That's the 83, Jason Spear, and Austin Albritton obviously probably going to come down and take a little bit of damage. But man, what a first 45 laps. Pretty racy on these restarts, but it's been fun to watch so far. Got a few people watching. J-Bone in the chat. This race is about to be great. I just know it. It's going to be, especially later on in the race. These drivers aren't pushing it too hard. Just trying to learn what they can in these first 100 laps. Kind of same, strategy I would do. Just learn as much as you can in the first 100 laps of these races. Most of them are 100, 150 laps. Some of the bigger races are 200, but save and just try to learn as much as you can in the first 100 laps and then go for it in that last 50 to 100. But they've been going at it the whole race. And we saw that happen. Now it's going to double up here. And it's going to be 3 drivers in that KFM chat. Jacob, Matt, and Monty on the front row. So Monty, can he hold off Jacob here? Can he get a good enough restart to hold off Jacob? Does Jacob have anything to challenge? Obviously nothing major to win that halfway break other than just an interview, but it's pretty cool. So we'll see how aggressive they get racing each other. Chad Adams, Clayton worked himself inside the top 5, so a good run there for Clayton. He's doing a great job, but pace car's going to pull off in the restart zone. It's going to switch up. Same front row as we had for the last 2 starts and restart, but it's flipped. So here we go. Monty at the front. Monty fires. We're green. Great restart there for Monty. Jacob kind of able to hold it around the outside line there. 3 wide, a little bit further back, nearly 4 wide in the center of the corner. All over the track, these drivers are. 3 wide, a lot of it. They're all trying to get in line, try to get to that bottom. Looking from the blimp cam, seeing how watching from up above. You see the 70 in the wall there. From the sky blimp cam from above, way up high. Matt almost in the back of the 11 there, trying to cross over, get back in behind him, but a lot going on these restarts. Monty to a major advantage here, still looks like half a tenth or half a second out in front of Jacob, and now Jacob gonna have to work back on him, work up on that long run. Watching this field battle, seeing how, I know I keep talking about, but the entry is so big in these. How this track is shaped, the entry is huge. We're going to ride on board here with the 15, Chris Pilo. But you see how differing everybody's line are through the corner, how their cars are rotated when they pick up the throttle. It's changing every car throughout this field. Just the entry, all the lines are completely different. Chris, one of the lowest ones on entry, doesn't have that center speed or exit, but he's gaining him a lot on the entry, so could just be trying to roll to the back bumper, see how shallow he's entering. Going to use a lot of brake and a lot of right front tire doing that line, but it seems to be working for him there. He's inside the top 10. Jason going to get a little bit tight on the exit. Now Chris going to have a dive into the corner. Be careful of those turtles, but looks like on the exit, he's going to be not clear. They're still side by side. Now Chris is going to be clear. Does Jason have anything for him? Is he going to be able to fight? Doesn't look like it. Chris is going to take over that 9th spot. Another challenge here. Chad Adams and Clayton Johnson. First time Clayton's been inside the top 5 tonight. looking for a pretty good run. Get a good run on the 51 there. The 51 gets tight. That's Chad Adams on the outside. Clayton in the 13 on the inside. Seems to be a pretty good theme at the moment so far, but if you got to be in the top 5, you got to be in a white paint scheme. And now to break that mold, Daniel Glass to work to the inside of Chad Adams. He's going to try to take over that 5th spot. And he will on the exit of 2. We got 15 laps to go till the halfway point. I think these drivers are starting to realize we're going to come down pit road soon. Shouldn't be a factor. These tires don't got to be on it for too much longer. I think all of them are starting to go. Now Chad just getting stuck on that top line. Contact made there. That's going to be the 8. Great save by Bernard Person. Get a little bit of a bumper from the, I believe that's Mason Cassidy. Started so well, but great save by Bernard keeping it off those barrels. But, oh, more contact down the front straight. That's Corey Bragg in the right rear of Colton. So far everybody able to save it, but a great job by a lot of the field doing so. Wow, that was, thought that was going to be big on the exit of 2, then down the front straightaway, but everybody seems to be doing a great job of it and getting around so far. Ooh, contact made entering the corner. That's Corey Bragg. He's sideways. Will he be able to save it? No. Vinny hard in the outside wall. Contact. Now the 23's involved. That's Johnny Thunder's not able to check up. A lot of cars piling in after the fact. And we're going to have another restart. Caution waves here on lap 63. All right, taking a look at it here. Looks like down the front straightaway, Corey Bragg, looks like he kind of turned left more on Brian on the inside line. He's sideways. Look at that. Has the wheel cranked sideways, trying to save it. All over that steering wheel. Turning right. Able to save it for a second. And then too far back left. He ends up looping it and spins her out on the exit of the corner. Then nowhere for the 911 of Vinny Rucci to go. Nothing that he could do about it. And then that hard contact in the outside wall. Major hit. All 4 tires off the ground, and then deeper, nowhere for the 23 to go, just behind him. And then the 60 wasn't able to save it and see the wreck happen. Take a look at it from his point of view. Still wide open in the throttle by the time he checks up into the door of Corey, and Corey went for a tumble. But that's major contact for 3 drivers in the inside wall. Everybody should be able to get back going here, but problems early. We'll see if there's any takers here on this restart. Who came down pit road? I'll take a look at it and see. Let's take a look at it. Out lap, Corey Bragg came to pit road. He is unfortunately lap down. Chase Hansen, he is unfortunately a lap down now. Now Aaron McMorrin and Vinny, they're both in the pits. So Johnny Thunders as well. Pace car's leaving and going to go by him here. We'll see if they're able to get out before the end of it. Doesn't look like it. But it's going to be a restart. Monty Tipton and Jacob on the front row once again. Lap 67. Looks like Monty's going to end up leading it. Another restart. I'm going to try to take a wide camera angle here from on top of the tower. Same front row as the last restart. Monty tipped into the 14. 11 of Jacob Smith on the outside. A little bit of contact. Monty trying to run him up just a little bit. Green waves. Monty fires. Back green. for a 5-lap shootout till the halfway point. Jacob going to get in line right behind him. Does he have anything for him? Down the back straightaway. Looking to make a move. Can he get to the back bumper of him? Does he get to the back bumper of him and try to make a move? It's just for the halfway point. Nothing on the line. But an interview, an extra spot. A lot could happen. Can he hold him off? See the differing lines. Jacob a little bit lower. Monty a little bit higher. Deeper in the field. They're still battling it out. You can see the whole field. Majority of it. All the way down to the 72 of court in the 14th spot. Side by side there. That's been our person. And Mason Cassidy. Mason had a great qualifying run. Had the problem on that first caution. And now he's trying to work his way back through the field. Now a battle for the front. Just contact made. The 13 and 26. They make contact and a challenge for the lead. Trying to keep it a wide camera angle watching these two battles. The 14 to the wall. That's going to allow the 11 to get a little bit of a run. 2 laps to go. First car, haven't seen a lot of it going on. Contact going to be made. The 15 is going to spin the 51 out on the exit of 2. Caution's going to fly, and that's going to be the stage. Who is ahead at the end of the caution? Did Jacob get around him? Let's take a look at it. When the caution flew, let's try to take a look at the wall. And when the yellow came out, can we see any indication of it? Was the yellow out by now? Let's check out the flag guy. I believe so. The caution lights are out here. I will have to check and see. I don't know who was the leader at the time. When does the caution lights on the pace car come out? Caution lights are on. Go to the 11. Who had the nose? It looks like the 11 had it entering the corner, so it's going to be Jacob Smith that gets it. Believe he got it. Teammates battling out. He did have a nose on him, so it should be Jacob. We'll see what the call is. Yep, looks like Jacob got it. So a great move by Jacob to get the lead. He's going to come down pit road. I believe most of the field is. So they're all at pit road. Going to take 4 tires. Most of them will. Now Colton going to race off pit road. A little bit of a race. Colton, see what he did in that 22. Didn't take tires. So Colton didn't take tires, but we're going to go ahead and interview that number 11 driver. Jacob, do you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, looking good so far. Just got the lead over Monty as the caution flew. Entering 3 and 4, we saw you setting up that pass for a few laps. Talk to us. How were you able to set up that pass? And what have you learned in that first half of this race?
Yeah, no, I really like this track. I mean, it's a little bit flatter, but it forces you to drive it. And I was really just spending the majority of that time trying to save that right front. I mean, I know I just heard Monty saying his tires were down to 61% on the right front, and I was still up at 75. So I know he was pushing. I wasn't really using too much brake, and I was just kind of waiting for him to make a mistake like he did there, and you know, fortunately got underneath him. So I'm excited here. You know, we got the 22 up in front of us. I'm not sure what he's got. We haven't seen him tonight, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, got a great restart there, racing at the front of the field, and you've been fast the majority of the night. Second half of the race, intensity's going to pick up. You still got a decent ways to go. What are you thinking heading into this last deal? Do you think it's going to come down to a restart? You think it's going to be majority long run? What do you think?
I think we'll get into some longer runs if we can make it through the first few laps side by side. I mean, I feel really good. That whole run there, I was kind of 85% speed-wise, so I feel like I got a little bit more to give, and if we get into a situation. So got a little runs on the high side with Monty, and you know, he ran the high side on me a little bit, so kind of know what to expect when I got somebody fast up there, and really just going to kind of keep an eye out for things and make sure I'm staying out of trouble here.
Yeah, this track seems to be pretty one lane. Obviously, everybody fighting it, but when you're racing side by side, it looks like you're able to fight it around the outside. So if it comes down to it, it's going to be pretty side by side racy. So we're excited to see how it's going to go down. But best of luck to you the rest of the race, and hopefully be seeing you here at the end.
Yeah, thanks, Gabe.
Jacob Smith in the number 11 gets that halfway point, wins it at the halfway. So we'll see what goes down here. Should be Chad Adams going to go around pace car. But it's going to be Colin and Jacob on the front row. Colin didn't take tires that restart or down that pit road sequence. That's going to mix up the field. I don't believe Bernard did as well. So both inside drivers on older tires. We'll see how that works out for him. Possibly took him earlier, but pace car is going to pull down pit road. It's been a great race so far. Hopefully a great another 75 laps. Colton in the 22 on the inside. Jacob in the 11 on the outside. Into the restart zone we go. Colton fires back green. Great restart for the 22. Can the 11 hang it around the outside line? See Bernard Person in the 8. He's going to be up the track just a little bit. Can Jacob drive around the outside? Looks like he's going to be able to. A little bit of contact with the outside wall down the back straightaway. But through 3 and 4. Jacob with a great run on the exit. Can he clear getting into the corner? Doesn't look like he's going to be clearing in turn number 1. Colton trying to fight it, clear in the center. Jacob's going to get down. Great fight there for Jacob getting to the point now. Can Monty do the same thing? Around the outside line. Matt Frady, he's going to try to follow him. That outside line around the slower traffic seems to be a possibility. We've seen it from Jacob, seen it from Monty getting in turn 1. Can he clear? Do the same move that Jacob did. Doesn't look like it. But on the exit of 2, he will. He will be clear. Now, Matt, can he get around these 2? Right behind the 22. He's going to still peek to that outside line. So what happens with the differing strategies? Now, Matt, third place runner at that point. Now, he's got to try to find a way back through the field. Now, here comes Austin Albrin. See, his car's fresh and looking good. So he used his fast repair. And he's working his way back inside the top 5. He will have it entering 3. So Austin Albritton back inside the top 5 for the second time tonight. Good battle there between Jason Spear and newcomer Matt Mason. Great racing throughout the field. It's been fun to watch. A lot of it going down. Still see a few cars on the pits, unfortunately, so a little less than what we started, but short track racing, they still could get back out later in the race and get back running. But so far, Matt, not able to get around the 22. Doing a great job. Colton, there on the older tires in front of everybody. He's doing a great job holding off Matt so far. Doesn't look like he has the center speed or that center kind of rotation, but he's doing a great job. Matt Frady all over the back bumper now. Will he have a look entering 3? He will. Colton's going to give him that lane. He's going to let him go. Now we see Monty here. Heard Jacob comment. Them 2 being teammates. They've been talking about where their tires and things are at. So you see how hard Monty charges into the corner. That could burn up his right front. Jacob just nice and easy through it. He's still to the point. Matt into 3rd. But here comes Austin Albritton sneaking the inside of Colton there at the back. He's going to try to take over that 4th spot now. So the field's starting to spread out just a little bit at the front of the field. Next battle for positions, the 13 and 8 between Bernard Person and Clayton Johnson. Clayton's going to take over that spot. He's going to be clear. Now Justin's going to peek a nose getting into 3. Bernard's going to let him take it. Going to Bernard, obviously didn't take tires on that last stop. So they're trying to do the best they can, conserve it, get to the next yellow when they come down pit road and see what they can work with for the rest of the race. But we still 10 laps away till lap 100. And then we got 50 to go. So 60 to go at the stripe. Still a long ways to go, and anything can happen in it. Nearly 3 wide. We are going to be 3 wide down the front straightaway. Clear for a second. And Mason was able to take it. Now Daniel's trying to work that inside line. Just behind them, Brian Helm. He's been next to a bunch of different battles now. Almost into the back of his teammate there. Of Bernard Person. Now the caution's going to wave. Looks like problems on the exit of turn 4. Have to go back and take a look at it. Believe that was Spear. I saw a blue car back there. 3rd caution of the night's going to wave. Let's go back and take a look at it. Looks like there was contact right back where we were looking. See the 83 there? Was there contact from the 00? Yes, there was. 00 got to the back bumper of the 83, spun him around. Chris ends up going up and under. Vinny and Chad make contact. They almost wrecked after. They do wreck. Mike not able to check up in time Oh, big contact there. That was Court and Mike not able to check up in time. Neither could Vinny. Vinny didn't see it in time from when Chad did. Chad checked up just a little bit. Couldn't able to see that. Obviously, we could see over the wall, but from where Chad was at, let's take a look and see what he saw. Couldn't really tell. By the time he realized Chad was already on the brakes, Chad being in the front, saw the back end of a car lift up in the air, tried to get down, just wasn't able to, but he was able to get going again. But contact on the exit in middle of 3 and 4, 00 in the back of the 83. So we'll see how they line back up, what's going to happen. Believe the Corey got the EOL for that one, so race control called that one on the 00, but let's do a quick interview here with let's do an interview here with Matt Frady. Matt, do you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, haven't got to talk to you much the last few weeks, but you're running up front. You got 2 of your buddies in front of you, 2 teammates. Talk to us what you think you're going to need for these next 55 laps, and how are you going to try to get this job done?
Need a jetpack and a new right front. So if you can loan me a right front tire, would be fantastic.
I bet there's probably a few in the pits if you go lurk around. I don't know. Have Liam. Send Liam around there. He'd change it. Shout out Liam, Matt's son. He's on top of the box, so he's got to make them calls. But we saw, or we heard Jacob talk a little bit about tire wear. Monty saying his was 60 and pretty low. Jacob's was still just above 70, 75-ish. So what is your tires at that last run, and how much do you think that's going to come into play? How much have you been saving this run?
I've been trying to get caught back up to them. Last run, my tires were horrible. I was burning the right front. I was way too tight in center, and I'm fighting to find the driving line out here. My tires were at 50% on the right front, so yeah, it's going to take, like I said, a miracle.
Well, it's going to be a fight. I know Jacob, Monty, you, and Austin have been the 4 fastest throughout the field. Austin's came back from the back, so it's going to be fun to watch you 4 battle it out. I'll let you get back to it and talk to your team, but good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, thank you.
Doug, do you got a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, I would like to have you in a booth for this restart, so we'll see. But we'll talk to you a little bit once it gets back going green, but pace car lights are out, and we're going to be ready for the restart. It's going to be lap 97 when we get to the line. Pace car is going to pull off, same front row as a lot of the race, Jacob and Monty. We'll see.
Yeah,
Monty.
not a lot of changes up there this whole race.
No,
so.
top two's been pretty much the same other than Colton when he stayed out or just didn't take tires. But on the front row, Jacob, he fires back green for the restart on lap 97. Great restart there for Jacob. The top 3 all in the same chat. They're side by side on the exit of the corner. Now, Jacob going to have pressure from Monty. Monty trying to roll that outside line. He's going to have a nose getting into 3. Well, can he do it? Round that outside line. We heard him say, Jacob, talk about it. Talks about that outside line. Contact down the front straightaway. Still side by side, going hard at it. But Doug, what have you seen so far in this race? Myrtle Beach putting on a show for everybody here, and it's been an exciting one to watch. But what has been some of your key factors, or what have you been watching to see what's going on here?
It seems like if you can stay out of this mid to back pack, you do a little bit better. A little bit rougher back here. I think people just trying a little bit harder to work their way up. Austin has worked his way back up into, what is he in? Fourth now.
Yep.
You know, and I think he's come from the back and a lap down. So he's come from the back twice, so he's done a really good job. So let's see if he can get up there and do anything with those front 2, because they sure don't seem to be giving it up to anybody.
Nope, but
no
Monty's going to clear down the backstretch. Yeah, Monty's going to take over the lead there on lap 100. So a move around the outside for Monty. A great job working that outside line. One of the first time I think I've seen it tonight, but a great job by Monty working his way around the 11. But we heard Monty, his tires, after Jacob kind of not threw him under the bus, but during the interview said what his tires were at. So 10% different at least on the tires. So could Jacob be letting them go? We'll see. These guys took their tires that last pit stop at the halfway break. We still got 50 laps to go, so a decently long run till the end. And it's been green majority of the way. Knock on wood. Not gonna knock it or nothing like that, but just making sure. But it's been majority of the run so far has been under green, so the tires have been a big factor. And with only one set, they gotta use them carefully.
And Colton's been really hanging around up towards the front, so let's not count him out yet.
I was going to say, I'm not for sure if he took tires earlier in the race or if he's still got a set, but if he's still got that set, he's looking to be one of the best in the field. If we get an extra caution, he comes down pit road here in 5-10 laps. He takes tires and starts working his way through the field. Leaders might be in some trouble, so I don't know if he took his tires or not, but if he still has that extra set. He didn't take tires that last time, so more than likely took him earlier, but it was he's doing a good job staying up there inside the top 5. The 26 starting to close in on him. But the different lines entering the corners as we're looking at. But Austin seeming to be backing off. Hasn't caught the top 3 yet. Letting him kind of go. And then a whole gaggle of cars from Clayton in 7th. All the way back to Jason Spear in the dark blue scheme. Rounding out the field.
Also, Chad has worked his way back up to 12th from the back of the field.
Yeah, we saw him get caught up in that last incident, but he's working his way through the field. Clayton doing a good job. He's been up at the front of the field. He's brought in a few guys that are new to it, but Mason underneath him, I believe they're buddies or teammates, and they're going at it, so they're doing a good job at the front of the field. Further up the front of the field, now a challenge between, well, a lot going on here. We're looking at the battle from Mason Cassidy and Clayton. Daniel Glass getting underneath the 22. Chris Pilo clearing Brian Helm. Brian Helm's going to look to the inside now, so battles all the way around this racetrack. And a great race so far. I guess it's a good point to talk about it. Saw on the forums that Kern County Raceway, my home track, I raced there in real life, but it's coming. IRacing scanned it last year, but it should be coming at the end of this season, is what iRacing's saying. It's week 9 right now. It's going to be 10. Actually, it switched over today. So it's week 10, so only 3 weeks. So if it comes out this season, which I'm hoping and praying it will, if it does, one of these next few races is going to be changed to Kern. I don't know what track, but it's going to be on the schedule. It might be the finale. Who knows? But, yeah, Kern's coming out. So for the people who know it, Doug, I know that you haven't been there, but you've seen me race it. But
week 9 already? I thought we were in week 7.
Nope, we're in week 10. In the iRacing season. Oh, yeah. In the iRacing season, we're already week 10. I checked it. I'm pretty sure. I think we're on week 9. With it, I'm pretty sure.
We were just on 7 because when I was downloading my setups today, I thought they were calling week 7. So.
Oh, I don't know. It's later in the season, so I think I know it's past halfway, but I mean, if Kern comes out, I know I'm putting that on the schedule, so be on the lookout for that. Schedule updates, but a challenge for the lead. Just missed it watching the great battles out back. It's going to be Jacob Smith getting to the inside of Monty. Monty looked to crossover, but he's going to give him to it. So Jacob Smith back to the point. Monty moves back to second. Now Matt's going to look to try to take over the third, or take away that second spot.
Yeah, Matt's just been quietly sitting, around 3rd or 4th all race. And I don't know if he's saving and just thinking about, later in the run here, maybe with 20 to go or something, he'll really start pushing it and see what he has.
Yeah, he's been just in 3rd. Hasn't really raced with these front runners, but not been needing to, it seems like, at the moment. But we saw last week, seemed like tires didn't matter as much as it did there at Irwindale Speedway or that long run there. But Austin Albritton, he's sitting 4th. He's sitting pretty. And he's been, obviously, Austin won a race, but still the top 2 looking for their first wins of the top 3 looking for their first wins of the season. Looking, if it ended right now, a 5th winner for the 5th race in a row. So 5 different winners if it were to end right now in 5 races. But Austin trying to spoil the party and get his 2nd win of the season. He's leading the points. Another guy who's not here tonight is Zach, who's leading I believe it's him and Austin who are pretty close in the points, but this is going to set Zach back a little bit in the points. So caution, it's going to wave. It looks like there's problem on the front straightaway. Doug, I'll let you get back to your race control duties. But problems on the front straightaway. It looks like it's Jason Spear on the front straightaway, unfortunately. Let's take a look and see what happened. Take a look at it here and see what happened. We see the 15, the 70, 83, almost 3 wide. They are the 15 on the wall, down on the 70. Nowhere for Justin or Jason to go. Just bounces off the wall and comes back down into the field. Hard contact made. But, man, what a unfortunate circumstance there. It was going to, if it went green all the way to the end, we saw a few cars coming down pit road this time. See Colton down pit road. Will he take his tires now? Could be set up for a pretty good spot. He will. Right side's going to go up on that 22 machine. So he's going to be good. The 70 to pit road, Corey Bragg as well. But, man, what a circumstance and differing strategies there. Could work out pretty good for Colton. Colton going to be leaving pit road. Should beat the pace car out. Going to be careful with it in case not. But I believe he will. The rest of the field will. Should be okay. Go around pace car. But on new tires, for a fact, I know that 22 is. So with 30 laps to go, when they are working 30 laps to go currently, we'll see. Does he have enough time to make his way through the field? Let's take a look and see what any new things happening in the chat. Anybody say anything? Place your predictions. I'll read them off here in about 10 laps when we get back running. With 20 to go, I'll read them off and we'll see what's going to go down. So place your predictions. Who you think's going to win? Excited to see who you all think is going to come home with this win. So far, out front, it's been Monty and Jacob. Those two have been going at it most of this race, but in the second row for this restart, Matt Frady and Austin Albritton, they've been sitting good. Looks like they've been saving their tires majority of this race, but they could have, if they have better tires than what the front two do with them battling, it could be a wild one as these two try to get by the front two. I mean, we could have a wild card like we did last week. Wasn't in contention until that last few laps. Daniel Glass, his teammate won it last week. He could be in the position to win it on this restart. We'll have to see. But pace car lights are out. It's going to be the same restart. We saw Monty clear on the outside. We'll see if he's able to do it on the older tires. Once again, pace car comes down pit road. It's going to be Jacob and Monty leading it once again to the green. Slow creep into the restart zone we go. Lap 121 restart. Jacob fires back green. Great restart there for Jacob. Matt's going to get to the inside of Monty. Two real-life drivers who race at the Vegas Motor Speedway, Vegas Bull Ring. They're side-by-side getting into turn 3. Monty holding him down, trying to get her off the exit. Can he clear Matt? We saw how well the outside line worked for him in that first restart where he was able to get to the lead and take it from Jacob. But is he going to be able to take it and clear Matt, then get by Jacob? Doesn't look like it on the older tires. Seem to be able to on the newer ones, but it seems like he's starting to fall back. But Matt not trying to run him up the track yet. Knows he's got some time to work him. Still side by side getting through turn 1. Jacob just trying to set some laps, but he's seeing those two in the mirror side by side, and that's the best thing that he can see happen. Now Monty's going to clear down the back straightaway. Great job there. Great move by Monty to clear Matt. Now Jacob's got to run away. Can he stay out in front of Monty? Well, look at the inside out back. Austin Albritton. See him peeking nose underneath Matt Frady. 25 to go at the line. Hear how much chip these drivers are using. Getting through the center of the corner. The 26, he's up at the front here. A little bit lesser I-rated driver or rated driver, but every week seems to be pretty close to the front of the field and will just methodically works his way up to the front of the field. And he's doing it once again. He's got a first week runner, Mason Cassidy, behind him. His first race with WTF Racing right behind him, but still, best battle on track is for that third spot, side by side. Matt Frady, Austin Albritton, these two battle it out in the Truck Series every week, and now they're battling out in the Late Model League. Matt just needs a good finish here. Hasn't had the luck in the finishes the last few weeks. Austin battled out with Zach at the front of the points, at the top of the points, but Austin's going to clear. And he will, getting into 3. Now does he have the speed? Can he run down the 14 and pass him? And if he does that, does he have enough time to catch the 11? First side-by-side is between Brian Helm and Chad Adams, a little bit deeper in the field. Chad Adams in the wall. As soon as I talk about him, into the wall there. Now it's going to open up the door for Vinny Rucci in the 911. So Daniel Glass trying to work the inside of a fellow Vegas racer. Matt Frady, part of that VMR group. Matt's kind of associated with it, but not in the chat with them. But Daniel Glass trying to take over the 4th spot away from Matt. Matt hard on the outside wall. That's going to put him back on the back foot now. He's got right front damage. Matt's stuck on the top lane. That could be problems for Matt. Right front damage. We've seen the damage on Monty's car most of this race, but it doesn't seem to hurt. But Matt's now getting freight train around that top line, and he could lose a lot of spots here if he's not able to get down. Mason Cassidy inside the top 5 for the first time tonight. As problems back behind him. Big problems on the exit of turn 2. Can they check up in time? Not going to be able to check up one hard on the wall. I believe that was the 70. But major problems on the exit of turn 2. And we're going to go back and take a look at it on lap 132. Caution waves. Go back and take a look at it. You see the white car, 13. That's Clayton Johnson, the 026. They make contact on the exit of the corner. It's hard to tell what happened there. Then Vinny didn't check up in time. He plowed right into it. Chad, nowhere for him to go. He goes right into it. Bernard tried checking up. He plowed into it. Nowhere for the 911, 51 or 8 to go. Does Jason check up in time? He's able to squeeze his way through. Justin hard on the brakes, try to get it slowed down, but he ended up hitting the wall. But major contact there. I don't know. We'll have to see who caused that one. Let's go up and take a look at it from far chase. Who moved more? Looked like you're looking at the dotted line. It kind of looks like the 13 moved down more than the 026 did. See what Vinny saw. Right around that bottom lane. Clayton comes down. Nowhere for him to go, and almost up and over for the second time tonight. Vinny hard in the air, but he should be able to get back going. Obviously used that fast spur earlier, but he's not had the luck on his side. But Colton saw him pit. He's up to 7th. Does he have enough time? It's going to probably be 13, 12 laps to go when we go green. Don't know if he's going to be able to get around him by then, but all the cars in front of him has damage or has had some issues. So Colton, pretty right now. He's in a good spot. So we'll see what's going to come down with it. Doug, hello.
Hello.
Well, looking at it here, it's going to be a restart. It's going to be about 12, 13 laps to go. Colton's made his way up to 7th. So he's done a good job working his way through the field, avoided that wreck. Now on the newer tires, he's going to be on the bottom lane, so that's going to help him. A few cars in front of him got damage. What do you think his chances are to get to the front of this field, at least get to the top 3-ish, but how aggressive do you think he's going to have to be to get up there?
I think he's going to have to be really aggressive. Looks like we'll be at, 13 to go when we take the green. Also, Matt came in and pitted, so I'm not sure if he took tires.
He took them at halfway. So he took him at halfway, so I don't think so. He probably, yes, he used his fast repair. He didn't have a fast repair left, so he came down and used that.
Yeah, because he's on a 4-lap run right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sure with that. Now, if you're sitting on new tires, I think you might be able to move up through the field pretty good.
He's going to have to be aggressive, but just can't turn anybody. If he does, he's going to get that EOL and be sent to the back, so he's got to be careful with it. But if he's hoping for a spot or two and then a yellow, spot or two, then a yellow. And if he can get there, it'll be a good battle. But Jacob and Monty still in the front row. Jacob fires, back green. Jacob really needs the two behind him to stay side by side. Monty's done a great job every time on the outside line on these restarts, but is he going to be able to hold off the points leader, the 2 of Austin Albritton? Down the back straightaway, they're still side by side. Trying to clear tight racing. Three wide deep in the field. Contact made. The 8's going to go around in front of the field. Jason's going to spin it out to avoid it, but another problem. Caution's going to wave on lap 1. Well, let's try to see. 138, the caution wave. So, they're still backing up into each other, but trying to get it going.
Just about 4 wide there for a second.
Let's go back and take a look at it. Let's take a look and see. Of course, was trying to set it up, but on the exit, contact made. Matt barely able to get by, but that was Chad Adams who got in the wall. Let's take a look at it, Doug. I'll let you break it down. What did you see here? I'll let you obviously make the call. I know that you're doing your race control duty, but whenever you get the chance.
All right, let's see.
Do your race control duty. We were 4 wide getting into 3. Wow, that was...
maybe the 026 kind of either...
Not for sure what happened there.
Apron or actually got the wall a bit and then kind of squared it up.
Let's see. Let's take a look and see.
Did he actually hit the inside wall just a touch?
I'm not for sure. Can't really see it a good point at any angle. No, it looks like just them trying to be so tight. They made contact and just went around. Not much that. I mean, 4 wide racing here at a short track. Just the 026 and the door of the 8. They made contact, went around off the door of the 51. Vinny, nowhere for him to go. Clayton, barely able to get it stopped, but he's able to make it around. But Vinny just not had the luck tonight. He's been behind all of it, trying to make it through. And then after, jumps in the air. But, yeah, it just looked like the Brian Helm got tight, washed up in the door of Bernard. That's 2 teammates making contact. But now, the caution that Colton needed, now he's up to 6. He gained a spot there. How good is that top lane going to
be? EOL and anybody on that, that's just kind of a racing deal, I think. It was such a mess up there, I don't really think anybody could do much on that one.
I agree with that. Just 3 wide going, just light contact, bouncing and bouncing and bouncing off. So I agree with that.
Yeah, when I saw that kind of break out to 4 wide for a second, I'm like, this ain't going to be good.
Yeah, I was focused on the battle between Monty and Austin, and then really what Jacob needs to do, if he can line up a restart with Monty and get him to where he stays to his outside or at least on his right rear and keep Austin pinned for a few laps and just try to clear. That's his best hope, I think. I think Austin is probably the quickest car on the track, but it's just, does Austin have the chance and does he have the speed to get there? He needs to clear Monty and get around. Monty needs to try to hold him off. Monty needs a great restart, try to stay side by side with Jacob. Jacob needs these two to be side by side and just battle it out. But restart, it's going to be 6 laps to go. 7 to go when we get to the line. Got to complete that lap 150, so here we go.
Yeah, this should get pretty interesting. So
restart with just over 5 laps to go. Jacob fires back green. Great restart for Jacob. Great restart there for Austin. Can he clear Monty now?
And we got
one straight in the wall. Chad into the wall in turn 1. But Monty fighting it. He's going to clear entering 3. Great job from Monty around the outside line. Now here comes the 22 of Colton around the outside line. He's trying to work it around the outside of Daniel Glass. Working the top 5. He's able to clear on those newer tires. Fighting it hard around the outside line. Almost squeezing the wall there. Fighting hard. Matt Frady, he's looking out back. There's hard racing up front, though. Look at the battle up front with 5 laps to go. Monty all over the back bumper of Jacob. Pressure is on. 2 young guns at the front of the field. 2 drivers who ran Madera Speedway in the junior lates, battling out in one of the best fields that we've had all season in this late model league. They're battling out for the win. 4 to go. 2 youngins right here. Jacob on the turtles. He's not going to get a great run on the exit of the corner. Going to have to block it just a little bit. Austin just kind of looking bumper to the back of the 11. The 14's going to spin him. Contact at the front of the field. Major problems. Whole field's involved. That was a major problem. Doug, I'll let you go do your race control duties on that one. That was a big one.
Yeah, all the way around.
At least all you guys have fucking fast repairs.
Yeah, with what, 3 laps to go? We're not even gonna green white checkered.
Go.
I'm trying, dude.
Hey, you guys cut that shit out.
Trying to hear from the chat, but man, Monty gonna push Jacob around. What a major mess there at the front of the field. Saw it line up. Monty had a chance, took it, and just rolled the back bumper of Jacob and spun him. Had an opportunity, saw it happen, went around at the front of the field, then nowhere for Austin to go, nowhere for, that was, well, your new leader, Mason Cassidy, who was able to barely make it through. Matt Frady, nowhere for him to go. Daniel Glass, nowhere for him to go. The 22 went around. The 70, Justin, he made it through. So a lot of guys who you didn't expect to make it through or be at the front of the field have made it through that wreck. So we'll see if Eddie's going to come down pit road. I think that was Daniel who's going to come down pit road. But now it's all to play for. What just happened? Colton slid a little there, but on new tires. Pitted last time on that 118. Mason hasn't pitted since that halfway break. 2 cars behind him have come on lap 118. Believe they're both on tires. Let's do a quick interview here. A little checkup. Justin, do you got a copy?
I do.
Well, don't know what just happened there, but you're going to be set in 3rd spot on a green-white checkered. What's your tire situation, or what are you looking to do here on this green-white checkered?
Well, I'm sitting on the same set of tires from the halfway point. Just been trying to conserve as best as I can, trying to stay out of everything. Just trying to get this VMR Dynamis car to the front. So,
Well, you're the
green-white
highest
checker, we'll get it
VMR
going.
driver at the moment, highest Vegas racer at the moment. Obviously, you got Matt behind you, but you're the highest Vegas driver during this race, making it through that wreck. Wild moves to get by it, but you were just able to, so good job on that one. But just want to check in and see how your tires are doing. Could have a shock win here.
Oh, we'll hope so.
It's going to be fun to watch. Go get it.
Thanks.
Justin trying to make it happen, but we're going to be lights out at the line. Top 5 all looking for their first win of the season. Top 6 all looking for their first win. And most of the field has damage. Could be a first race win for Mason in that 171. New front row. Cohen, the only one who started up at the front so far in this race. But a restart with a green-white checkered to finish it off. Here we go for the restart. Mason and Colton into the restart zone. Mason fires back green. Good restart for the front row. Justin all over the back bumper of the 171. Mason hard on that bottom lane. Colton fighting it back around the outside line. Side by side down the back straightaway. What do they do on the exit of turn 4? Come to the white flag. Contact between both Vegas drivers. Can Colton get down? Mason going to be cleared by a car length or 2. Does Colton have a big enough run? Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Doesn't look like Colton's going to get there. On the exit of 3 and 4. Mason's going to win it at Myrtle Beach. Great race and finish there at the end. Major pile up as they cross the start-finish line, but a first race and a first win for Mason. A shock. Top 3. What a wild one at Myrtle Beach. Wow. Justin gets into the top 3. That's his first top 3 this season. Little lesser experienced guy. First race with us. Colton ran most of the season. That's a great points day for him. But one race and 1 win for the 171. Mason going to try to burn her down on the front straightaway and park it in victory lane. Let's go ahead and take an interview with him now. He's not in the chat. Going to have him wait in the chat.
Yep.
Top 3 in the waiting room, please. What a race. Should be underneath the broadcast deal, so just top 3 in the waiting room, please. What a wild one. Try and get an interview here. We'll go ahead and interview Justin since he's the first one in the chat. Justin, do you got a copy?
I do.
Well, talked to you just before you took the green and talk to us about what you saw when that big one happened and how did you hold off a fellow Vegas racer, one of the best in the league, Matt Frady, on that green-white checkered.
Well, I just threw it in there, gave it everything I had to try to get this VMR Dynamis car to keep it up front. Got to keep these Vegas boys up front in the lead, so I did what I had to do.
Definitely did. Talk to us what you saw on the exit of 3 and 4 with a big one that happens late in the race. Teammates make contact, and you're able to slip through and restart third. How big was that to set you up for this last restart?
Oh, it was huge. It was hard to see what was going where. I just tried to steer wherever I could get it to go, wherever there was a hole.
It definitely was a wild one. You were able to hold off one of the best in the league, so that's got to be a confidence booster. But talk to us. Where does this put your mindset heading into the next few weeks? Good points day for you, but where does it put you heading into the next few weeks?
Great points day. Just good mindset going into the race next week in New Smyrna. So good track for me out there, so we'll see what we can do.
It's going to be a fun one, and we're excited for it. So congratulations. Got an interview tonight. And so good job on that one. But congratulations. I'll let you, one last thing. Who would you like to thank before I let you go?
I just got to thank my teammates, Aaron, Vinny, Daniel, even my buddy Matt. Got to keep all these guys up here. All the VMR guys.
Well, you definitely showed out the best Vegas driver and the best finish for you guys tonight. So congratulations on that. Excited for you, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Gabe.
Second place going to go to Colton. Colton, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, glad I got an interview finally. I've been waiting for this, but come home with a P2 finish. You had a different strategy than the whole field tonight. Talk to us about that. We saw you come down pit road later than a lot of it. Didn't take tires at that halfway point. Came down that last time. Talk to us how big that was to set you up for that last run, and talk to us how you were able to finish P2 tonight.
I think, the first half of the race, it was just learning the track. This is actually my first time here this evening, so a lot of learning. So I just saved my stuff there to be able to stay out, and then basically take what I learned in that first half of the race, implement it on fresh tires late, and just try to hold my ground and earn some respect by these guys and run a nice, clean finish to the end.
Yeah, you were able to hold them off on the older tires after the halfway break. You got to the lead, held them off for a few laps, hold off Matt a lot of the race, or a lot during that run, and then pitted and got to the front. But talk to us what you saw from your point of view on that last restart, or that last wreck, how you were able to get through it, and what you saw from your perspective.
I haven't gone back and looked at it.
I'll stream it for you. Here, I'll stream it for you. Take a look real quick. I'll stream it. Because it was the whole field that got involved in that one. Go ahead and let me know when you're looking at it. So down the back straight away. You know that you're on fresher tires, working your way through the field. Was talking about you a lot. But entering 3, can't really see much. Obviously, you're a little bit lower than us. Yeah. But talk to us what you were thinking or seeing at the moment here.
Once I saw I saw a white car start to turn sideways, and I started saying wreck, and from there I was like, I might be able to make it, and then I started to come low here, and the next thing I know, right there is about where I get jacked up, and I was looking down, and I was just hoping I didn't have too much damage, otherwise it was gonna mess up my whole strategy there at the end. But thankfully, when I went back green, it wasn't as bad as I expected, and it actually stuck pretty well. And turn 1 on the first lap there after the restart, and then I just blew the entry on the last lap there into turn 1.
Yeah, it looked like you just need a little bit closer on it, but man, what a big pile up there as you're seeing it now for the first time. But big pile up on the exit of 3 and 4. Great save to able to keep going, but your best finish this season. Congratulations coming on P2. That one's coming. I feel it. It's coming each week. Been getting better, so it's been fun to watch. But one last deal. Who'd you like to thank before I let you get back to your chat?
Well, I just want to thank you for doing what you do for us every week, and you getting out there and practicing. I try to get behind you a couple times just to learn the track each week, but you, everybody that's a part of this, WTF Racing, and Chris for getting me over here racing with you all. It's been a blast.
It's definitely been fun, and we appreciate your racing. We're trying to get more and more cars, and this is probably the most competitive race that we've had all season, so it was fun, and you came out P2 on it, so congratulations. We'll be seeing you next week.
All right, thank you.
Colton coming on P2, and one last deal. Mason, wow, what a race. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, your first race with us and your first win. Congratulations on it. What a wild last 15 laps. I mean, saw you working your way through the field, had a pretty decent qualifying, started pretty far up front, dropped to the back a little bit, but was able to work your way back through it. Talk to us what you saw from your point of view when you saw them all wrecking. I'll go ahead and stream it here if you want to take a look. Let me find it again. Talk to us what you saw from your point of view and how were you able to avoid it and get around that? The big one that happened on the exit.
I was just I was trying to be patient behind them, and when I knew I seen a little smoke and I knew it was coming, and I didn't know where to go, and once they started going around, I prayed to God I got through there, and somehow we did, and didn't collect too much damage, but
It worked
yeah,
out perfect.
it was kind
Seas
of crazy.
parted.
I was just praying.
Yeah, I was worried about the 14 possibly backing up, and then a few cars went up and over, and the whole field was involved in it. But you, the 22 and the 70, were able to get by it. So good job making your way through it. But then talk to us about that last restart. The green-white checkered came down to it. You had to hold off Colton on the 22 and the 70 of Justin. Talk to us what you were thinking heading into this restart and how were you able to pull it off?
I was watching Colton's name come up the whole time. I knew he was going to be fast, and I was just hoping for a good start. As soon as I got him clear, I pushed as hard as I could. I just didn't look back after that. I think he made a little mistake there, and that helped a lot. But man, that was a lot of fun.
It definitely was fun one, and it worked out perfect for you tonight. You were able to get by it, but a great job getting to the lead and hold them off for a green-white checkered. One of the hardest things to do in these late models is hold them off for a green-white checker, and you were able to do it tonight, so congratulations on that. One last deal before I let you go. Who would you like to thank for this victory?
I just thank Clayton and Corey for getting me involved. All you guys for putting on the league. It's real fun. Thank you guys for letting me run. MBJ Motorsports, everyone over there for taking care of me, making me fast. But that's about it.
Well, they all helped you tonight, and it helped you get to victory lane. So congratulations. You're 1 for 1, one race and one win. So we're excited to see what you do. Hopefully the rest of the season, but excited and just want to congratulate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good job. Mason Cassidy comes home with the win. But what a finish for the top three. A shock top three, I'd say. Ran inside the top 5 to top 10 most of this race, but luck of the draw. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And, I mean, I think they were pretty good getting by the wreck. So, I mean, it was a great job by everybody to get it done. But Mason comes home with the win. And it was a fun one to watch. So 150 laps, 154 by the end of it. Mason comes out on top with the win. So Myrtle Beach rounds it off. Like Justin said, heading into next week is New Smyrna. That's one of the double points deals. So double points night. Battle at the beach for New Smyrna. 200 laps around that racetrack. So we're excited to see what goes down with it. But can't congratulate Mason, Colton, and Justin enough. Not shock winner because they were quick all race, but I don't know, a few guys that were up front, the top 4 especially, majority of it, they didn't even get a top 3. So anything could happen late in these races, but it was fun to watch. So Myrtle Beach put on a show. Battle at the beach next week at New Smyrna. So tune in for that. Tomorrow night, trucks. Wednesday, Super Speedway. And we're going to be ready for it. So excited to see how that goes down. And we will see you next week.